New tonight at 10, after last week's fire destroyed several businesses in downtown Alpine, the city is still trying to put a finger on just what caused the flames. Tonight, City Council holding a workshop to talk about how to build back and prevent another devastating incident like this. Here's News West 9's Jason Freund with more.
Alex, so far city officials have not been able to tell what exactly caused the fire that ravaged through downtown Alpine on May 26th. However, they were able to come up with a plan as to how to help out the businesses that were affected by that fire. What started the fire is still to be determined, but the damage can be seen by everyone, which is why City Council has made an effort to try and keep people out of the affected area.
I had a team build a 35-foot wall, 8 feet high, around the front of the building to protect people from, one, open up the sidewalk, get people to walk again, open up the street. The street has been cleaned up so people can park there, and make sure that no one's going to get into a hazardous area.
As far as the business owners who have been affected, they are still picking up the pieces and trying to figure out what is next for them. But the Alpine community has already stepped up to help.
Historic Alpine is a great not-for-profit in Alpine. It was put together to look at all the history in Alpine and how can they do things to make sure we retain the history here.
And cash has been flowing in.
They've raised some $29,000 of money from volunteers who have brought forward, and as I call it, they reach through their hearts into their wallets to pull money out to be able to help those business owners.
There's still a little bit of time for people to get their donations in. After that deadline is hit, well, then comes the question of how to split the cash.
The business owners have the opportunity to submit an application by June 6th, this week, and then Historic Alpine will make some decisions about what's the best way to allocate those funds to help those business owners get reestablished and to help those business owners pay some of the bills because they've lost income.
As for what to do with the space when it's cleaned up, people do have some suggestions. Some proposed it to be used for retail space. Others thought it should be used for more art galleries. The idea of a town square was also thrown out there. But a timeline for when the building will actually be restored to its former glory is anyone's guess.
I have to pay for an inspector to come and check for asbestos, which we all know it's not going to have, but anyway, I still have to do it. But before they do it, now a structural engineer has to show up and make sure that it's safe for the inspector to go in.
The tail end of the meeting was dedicated to lessons the city learned to make sure devastation like this doesn't happen again.
For those who own buildings, make sure your insurance is up to date. Make sure you've had a fire inspection. Make sure you understand what the escape routes are, that there's proper doors, that there's a way to get a hold of people, and to make sure that you're going to be safe in any egress or evacuations.
Meanwhile, multiple fundraisers are still being planned to be put on to help raise money for the businesses that were affected out here in Alpine by the fires. In Alpine, I'm Jason Freund, News West 9.